28 years. So allow him a more personalized heads up. Now,
I don't think you have to do that. I mean, from a business perspective, you just have to send out a letter.
Yeah,
But at the same time,
exactly.
if it hasn't gone out yet and Spike Lee comes to the employee entrance, it's just as simple as going, yo, Spike, you can't come in this entrance going forward.
Exactly.
And let him keep it fucking moving because it is Spike Lee. Spike Lee is your most
Exactly.
visible fan, yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
But
his beef was is that they scanned him in first and then told him that he had to leave and then go through the other entrance. It was like, no, if there was a rule change and you had an issue with it, tell him up front before you scan him in. Once he's in, he's in. Right?
I don't know. I don't know all the details, man. Like, this shit is like...
But for me, it's like, okay, look, they came out with pictures saying that he shook hands and these are the... And like, show a picture of the letter that you sent. Like, these are simple things that, as an organization, that they could easily do. But if there's a rule change, as a class organization, you'll make the change in the off season. So before people buy the tickets, they know exactly what the rules and regulations are, even when they change. So when they buy the ticket, they know exactly what they're buying into. So there's no question, there's no debate, there's no switching of the rules. If there's a rule change, there's a certain period that the rule change will take effect. Cool.
Yeah,
This is
it
what
happened
these are
immediately.
but this is what class
it is.
organizations do, though. They give their valued customers, especially when you've been paying for trash for years, a courtesy. Thank you for your patronage. Going forward, can you please use the designated entrances and exits? Very simple. Not after you scan them in and make a whole drama scene about it and flipping it and saying Spike is the drama queen.
We all know that the Knicks are not necessarily a class organization these days
because of James Stone.
You know, shout out to Troy in the chat. You know what I'm saying? What up, Troy? Oh shit, Nermal is in the chat. What's up, Nermal? Hey, see, she used to work at the bank together. She's mad cool people. Trevelle's in the chat. What up, Trevelle? Jeremy's in the chat. What's up, y'all? Just appreciate y'all popping in the chat with us real quick. Speaking of the fact that this coronavirus, man, you don't even have to worry about your Knicks because there ain't no more fucking basketball anyway.
Nah, they self-quarantine.
Sports is like the whole world shut down right now because of corona.
The day the world stood still, man.
No NCAA tournaments, no spring, like baseball pushed back, hockey's
no nightclub.
done.
Yo, Fed's closed for the past 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks.
I'm not even there yet. I'm just,
you're progressing?
I'm progressing. We're talking about worldwide shit right now. I got to get myself prepared for this local shit.
The pandemic.
Because that shit directly affects my pockets. You know, and with good reason, there's a lot of shit that should be happening. You motherfuckers should be staying in the house if you don't really need to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, they cancel, like, Adam Sandler tickets and shit like that. Like, I get that. Large venues should not be open, but the casino just closed. You know what I'm saying? Out here. I don't know about in other places, but we just closed our casino, and that shit was open for a couple days after their fucking little bullshit. But, make sure you're doing the right things. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're keeping your shit clean. Make sure you're fucking
covering your mouth.
Covering your mouth when you cough and shit. Try not to cough on people. Make sure you drink a lot of water.
Do the cough into your elbow or your forearm, but don't like cough into your hand and then go and touch the door. Like
make sure you're taking your precautions, man. Clean up after yourself for the next person. Or if you're at the gym, like when I go to the gym, I started I wipe all the shit down. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to though.
You're supposed to, but not everybody does. You know what I'm saying? And now with this little epidemic, like it's like even the dumbbells, you kind of gotta like make sure you clean off. And shit.
Are you gonna call people out for not wiping down?
No, I don't have time for that.
No, because like you're next after they're working out and they leave the bench all sweaty and shit.
No, I don't have time for that. When I go to do
be like, yo, come wipe your shit down before I use
my workout, I don't really give a shit. Like if you want to walk away from your shit, that's cool. I'll clean that shit because I'm not concerned.
Now you're getting their sweat particles.
I'm gonna clean it anyway.
On your hands.
I'm gonna clean it anyway.
Okay.
Because I don't trust that they're even gonna clean it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker could just get up and wipe it with a sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you know what I'm saying, even the dumbbells, motherfuckers ain't cleaning off the dumbbells, but you got to take that time now to make sure that you get a little fucking little Clorox wipe for the dumbbells and shit, so that and for the pull-up bars and for all that shit that generally people don't even think about. Now you got to do that shit. You got to wash your hands thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? I still see a lot of nasty motherfuckers not washing their hands after they use the bathroom, man. Y'all motherfuckers, like, ugh. I hope you all get that shit for that, man. Like, but yo, the whole world pretty much shut down. No international travel, no sports. Like, what's ESPN doing right now? I haven't even listened to ESPN. Like the draft probably canceled. Like,
Talk about what happened in the past.
Lot
Talk
of
about past
shit.
games. Talk
They
about the
talk-
flu game.
actually, today they were talking about.
Oh shit! Damn. Talk about Jordan and the flu game.
Today I was listening to Fox Sports. They had Coutinho on.
Mobley?
Yeah, the big cat. Because they were talking about like the NCAA tournament.
You know he's a former Knick, right? No, go ahead. Yeah, he used to play for the Knicks. Go ahead.
Oh well, I mean, you know,
When Steve Francis was on the team too. But go ahead.
he went to URI. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about Hawaii. He went to URI and shit. But they were talking about Dayton. Dayton's the A10 champs, and they got.
Dayton.
Yeah,
oh, I thought you said dating.
Oh no, Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
But they were gonna get a one. They were probably gonna get a 1 seed. This is the first time that Dayton's ever been that good. And now they like a lot of. I feel bad for like the seniors. You know what I'm saying? Like in like a team like a small school like Dayton, they don't really get the recruitment like a team like Duke or a team like a Kentucky.
That's where March Madness comes into play for a lot of these.
A lot of these young kids like
conference
these
teams.
small conferences. This is their opportunity to like get seen by the next level, and like they shit just got ripped away. I mean, with reason, you know what I'm saying. But also like you have like, getting into like locally and shit where like the governor of Rhode Island, I like to refer to her as Cash Grab Gina.
Yeah, you're not a fan. You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan. Like fuck her.
No. I said, you're not a fan.
You're a fan?
I'm just not as critical of her as you are. But go ahead.
She's a fucking cash grab. All she cares about is her pockets, yo. That's why she let the casino stay open for as long as she did.
Well, see, a part of the casino staying open, casinos help fund a lot of things with the general fund.
She also has her pockets in the casino. Like she gets money directly through her businesses.
Okay.
But
I'm not gonna stand up on a platform and fight for her. But
that's just research, man. Just like with the whole medical marijuana thing in Rhode Island, like she's trying to pull the monopoly on that shit too.
Yeah, I see that.
She gets money on the back end from that shit because she's connected to that shit. But anyway,
I see that.
Cash Grab Gina shut down all the schools in Rhode Island.
Damn, that was real Trumpian of you with the nickname, though. But go ahead.
Oh, that's what it is, man. She shut all the schools down in Rhode Island, which was the right decision to do, in my opinion. Because you gotta douche the schools out. You gotta clean them shits. You gotta disinfect all that shit.
You gotta what the schools out?
Douche. You gotta douche the schools.
That's what I thought you said.
That's what I said. I said what I said, man.
No. I just wanted to make sure I heard correctly because I got the headphones, even though nothing's feeding through my headphones.
I don't even know why you're wearing them.
Yeah, I know. It's just a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing, right?
Yeah. It's my security blanket.
So, right decision. But then she moved the school vacation from April to next week, unnecessarily, in my opinion. Because why? You're gonna shut the schools down anyway. It's a necessity. We're in a pandemic. Like you've got to shut the schools down. But why move the school vacation and put like, the back end of that is like how many parents and students and teachers have vacations that are planned and vacation time. And not to say that it was like closing the schools was definitely the right thing to do, but changing the school vacation, in my opinion, was a mistake. Because now in the middle of April, you have all these people that have all these vacations planned that they either have to cancel, or if they can't cancel, they're going to have half the school population on vacation anyway. And like absenteeism and all that
that's
shit
the thing
is
a
fucking out of hand.
a lot of industries are recognizing the pandemic because of the state of emergency. So when it comes to making alternative plans and postponing or canceling plans, people are waiving those penalty fees. And
of course, but why should I have to cancel my plans when I go out of my way as a teacher to plan my vacations around the school vacation time?
See, now the thing that they say too with a lot of these policies that you'll see in the clause, in the fine print, is that acts of God. Now, even if you don't believe in God, this is something that is outside of the hands of people. So it's something that's here. It's something that they have to address. It's something that they have to recognize, because ignoring it is only allowing it to spread even more.
But here's the thing, though. Aside from all of that, right? You close schools to clean the schools for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. You close these colleges.
Just keep it closed for 2 weeks.
Just to keep it closed for 2 weeks. But they're not forcing people to stay inside.
Well,
so you're not really stopping the spread. You're not stopping these kids from getting sick and then coming back to school.
Well, see, that is the next step that a lot of people do not want to happen.
There's no mandatory quarantine. and people are not quarantining themselves.
And that is the part that a lot of people don't want, is the mandatory quarantines and martial law. What are you doing on the street? Oh, you're going to your doctors? Let's see your papers. That kind of atmosphere is a very slippery slope, because once they put that into practice in the United States, it can be a fallback plan for other tragedies or crises or pandemics.
Oh, of course.
So once they put that practice, because on paper they could have it in theory, once they put it into practice, it's like stop and frisk. They can stop you and say, where are you going? And then see the results. Oh, well, we have to balance out the people that we're stopping and frisking, and try to balance out the numbers. How can we fudge these numbers?
If it's not mandatory, like, not saying that you got to have like fucking tanks in the streets. And shit
not
like
tanks
that,
in the street, but cops pulling you over, asking you.
But if you got to quarantine for this shit to go away, then you got to quarantine. And if people refuse to quarantine, then does it not make sense to like at least say it out loud? Like, look, y'all motherfuckers got to stay in the house for the next 5 days while we fucking do what we have to do. If we see you out, you better have a reason to be out.
And that is the part. That
you
is that
you gotta have a reason to
incense.
be out, because if not, you're closing all these schools down and shutting down all these clubs and doing all these things for nothing. Because people are not staying home. They're still going out and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? And they're still spreading. So, like, if you're not going to do something about it, what are we going to do? Like, there's no...
What I've seen the city do is and this is a part of a chess game that, in my conspiracy theory mind is thinking, is that they're moving a lot of people from the social day-to-day, hand-to-hand, person-to-person interaction to online.
Oh, shit. What up, E Squeezy?
Now, there's a booby trap set there for people that are now jumping into the telecommunicating and telecommuting world. When you go into that, and now you're going into it for the first time, not really knowing what's what, and very casually, there's a lot of booby traps on getting your information, basically pickpocketing you without being person to person. Now there's a flood of people now going to that, and you have all these traps set before this has happened. So
that's a strong conspiracy theory, my friend.
It is.
I mean, it's believable.
And it goes back to Otto Warmbier. Remember how South Korea was saying they sent this dude back and he had some real paralyzing disease, and they're like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? And they were so comfortable to just be like, you know what? You can have him. For me, he was patient zero. And then on top of it, followed up with how he was saying he was going to give us something for our Christmas surprise. People think that it was bombs and missiles and all this shit. I didn't think it was bombs and missiles because I thought it was going to be Otto Warmbier, a disease, because you could easily roll that into an environment and be like, it's already been here, because coronavirus has been on the map for a long time. The problem is that COVID-19 is a different strain. So it's a different form of coronavirus. So people that say, well, coronavirus has been around for long, it's never really been that harmful.
It's like a mutant strain.
It's a mutant strain. So it's like having chocolate Thai weed versus new age weed. It's a mutation. So it's a different strain. Yes, it's from the same family. It's different.
What it doesn't do is give you diarrhea. So stop fucking buying toilet paper, people. This is the first fucking worst thing I've ever seen. Like, why are you buying all the toilet paper?
Some people are full of shit.
What is the deal
with
the overabundance of buying toilet paper? Like, I don't think we're going to be in an apocalyptic situation, but if you don't have enough food in your house, then you should go shopping more often. Like, but seriously, toilet paper, though? Like, I just don't understand that shit.
People don't know how to take showers and use rags? Worst case scenario?
Are you a soap guy, or are you a body gel, shower gel guy?
Doesn't really matter.
Washcloth or fluffy thing?
Washcloth.
Old school right here. Old school.
Yeah, but I take baths too.
That's right. Bath life. I forgot. Hashtag bath life.
Scrub a dub.
Along with your homie Gina, motherfucking George, done shut down the whole.
Jorge.
Nah, fuck that. That nigga's name is George, dog. He done fucking crippled the whole city out here.
Okay.
By temporarily revoking entertainment licenses. Now,
Yeah.
this doesn't necessarily affect the small bar because small bars can still serve their drinks. They're not going to have more than 100 people inside their bar on any given night at any given time.
Yeah, well, security is stopping people from coming in.
Right, but a small bar doesn't even hold 100 people.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean? Even if it's like a busy neighborhood bar, you're not putting 100 people in a busy neighborhood bar.
You shouldn't, but
You should. You're just not. Like, it's a neighborhood bar, right? So those guys, who?
St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so come on now. Realistically, it's easy to fill up one of those neighborhood bars.
Maybe. But here's the thing. This dude done revoke, and it's only in Providence. Other bars are still open. They still have their entertainment licenses.
Oh, damn. Onlyville is Providence.
Yeah, it's only in Providence. So he's basically revoked the entertainment licenses from all of the clubs in Providence. So if you live in Providence or you work in Providence as an entertainer, a DJ, a dancer,
Barback. Bartender.
bartenders. Well, not so much bartenders because they can still serve drinks. The way that he did it is like
Entertainers.
he revoked the entertainment licenses. So anybody that plays in a band, any DJ, any dancer, go-go dancers, strip club dancers.
So in a bar, it's just straight jukebox.
Yeah.
Or my podcast, if they would.
Or your podcast. So what he's basically done he's crippled primarily adult and urban entertainment in the city
He's putting adults on timeout.
for 2 weeks. Like, do you know how many people in this city make their money from entertainment? Like, how many? Like, you got to think like every bar is straight. They just have to have low numbers in their club. They can still serve their drinks. They got their regulars. They'll make their money.
Problem with that is I feel like they might start jacking the prices on beer. Like Budweiser's that
Maybe
used to be
not.
$4,
It's only
might
for
be
2 weeks.
$6.
But you got to think about like, for example, like I work in a strip club that can't have a DJ for the next 2 weeks.
Basically, they can't have you.
No, they can't have any DJs.
Well,
They can't have any-
you're a DJ there, so.
They can't have any DJs. They can't have any strippers because they can't have any entertainment.
Not the titties.
So you have, or you have bars that can't have any bands. So if I'm a bar owner and I make a majority of my money off of booking bands, now I can't. I'm losing, 75% of my revenue because I book bands every night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now the people that would generally come to see that band are not coming to see that band. Not to mention that band makes their money touring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Some of them might have like regular day jobs, but not everybody in a band. Some of these guys are just working musicians. It's what they do.
Yeah, and
So when you-
if you're in a traveling band from Ohio and you're here in Rhode Island and you have a day job, it's not like you could just go to the neighborhood Staples and be like, all right, reporting for duty.
Yeah, right?
Like, nah, nigga, you don't work here. Like, the fuck out of here.
So he's basically crippled the city. Like, you can go outside of the city. You can go to strip club in Woonsocket. It's probably cracking.
But it's one socket.
But if you want to go see titties,
Now
that's
that-
where you got to go right now.
Are they titties? Really?
I mean, it's a strip club, man. Every strip club got titties.
No. At that point, they're not even titties. Because titties is cute. Titties is nice.
Dude, it's a strip club.
They're-
If you're the dude,
They're
that
not even fun bags. They're not even melons.
if you're the dude that goes to a strip club for the boobs and the naked bitches, and you want to go see naked bitches, the only place you can see them is in Woonsocket or in Cumberland at Mickey's, where strippers go to die.
Look.
What I'm saying is,
Rather than leaving your house, self-quarantine, and just watch National Geographic if you're going to go to Woonsocket to see titties. Because that's basically what it is.
It's actually not that bad.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
I know.
You're exaggerating the fact that, and you haven't even been there. You're judging the women that you've seen in Woonsocket on the women that would be stripping in clubs. And that's two different things.
Wait.
That's two different things, man.
Wait.
You can't take the population of Woonsocket.
I'm not going to dry snitch on myself. But I did live in Woonsocket for a bit, and I don't like Woonsocket at all.
See, this is Dawood bringing his personal bias into situations.
It's not personal bias. It could be.
Yeah.
Damn it, man! Come on, nigga, man. You're making me snitch on myself.
Yo, we're gonna change the subject anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck you, George. For shutting down the city, man. You fucking up everybody's money. Like, and Providence is a tourist city. So when people come to the tourist cities,
I rock with Jorge, man.
when people come to tourist cities, they want to go do shit. You know what I'm saying? And if they can't they want to go see a band. They want to have drinks. They want to be festive.
Wait. This is the part.
2 weeks?
This is the part that really throws me off more than all of that. Is the fact that college kids have to find their way now. Like kids in the city that maybe from California that go to Bryant College or Johnson and Wales or RISD, they can't stay in their dorm rooms anymore because they have to fumigate, or douche, as you like to say, but they have to fumigate the dorms. Where are they going?
Well, the colleges have been actually pretty good with a lot of that shit. They're giving the kids like extra time to get out. If their spring break hasn't happened yet, like we have a student at Drexel. Drexel. Like what some of the schools, not all the schools, but some of the schools have gone to just full time online, right? So no classroom instruction. All the instruction's online, and they're allowing some schools are allowing the kids to stay in their dorm rooms until they can leave for spring break. So, for example, like Jalen, his finals are next week, so the school is allowing them to live in the dorms through their finals,
and then have the
then once their spring
University of Phoenix experience.
Well, yeah, and then but once their spring break begins, then they have to obviously leave school because that's what would generally happen. So, but if schools had their spring break this week, those kids just got to rock anyways. They would have already had to rock.
But you see, like my whole point is that the tough part of the world stopping like this is the fact that these kids got to basically find their way, because not a lot of kids, even when spring break comes around, not a lot of them have the ability of being like, all right, I'm going to go back home, because number one, they might not be home.
They already would have had to find their way.
Or
like
they were just planning on staying on campus for spring break.
You can't, though. Kids don't stay on campus for spring break. They either go home or they stay with friends. You know what I'm saying? So
but
those,
if they go to
plans,
stay with friends and like there's already 12 other people there.
I mean, I feel the real hard part is for the international students who, if they didn't get out,
I didn't even get to that part.
If they didn't get out, they just stuck here, dog.
And that's the deeper part I didn't get
like
to.
The international students
I was just talking about people from California,
the international
Ohio.
students who fly to Canada right now can't fly to. Is there a ban on Canadian?
India.
Oh my God! Right? There's so many.
Bryant College.
Brown University. We have the huge Indian populations. Ooh. Oh shit! What are we saying? Oh, okay. Open strip clubs again. Yeah, soon.
Yeah, bring back the titties.
The strip clubs are actually open. They just don't have any strippers.
Yeah.
They're just like big bars right now.
Yeah, they don't have any strippers like the ones in Woonsocket.
You know, the strippers in Rhode Island don't all live in Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, but somehow the scourge finds their way to Woonsocket. You know
DJ Iron Monkey's personal bias against Woonsocket is just draining into the show.
Now, you know what a fast fact somebody told me? Long ago, back in the days of pirates and colonialism, right?
I feel like you're making this up. But
No. Rhode Island was actually known as Rogue Island because a lot of the scourge and people...
I don't believe that.
Used to... You can look it up if you want.
You can
Google it.
Somebody fact check that shit. You got to Google it. I'm using my phone right now for the live feed.
I'm using my phone as.
Yeah, just making shit up, dog.
Okay, so either way,
Iron Monkey's making shit up.
Research it.
Rogue Island, isn't that a beer? Isn't that like a brewery?
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
I think it's also like a terrible rap group.
Probably a rap group. I know it's a restaurant. I like going to Rogue Island because they got good food.
Those white dudes in Warwick, didn't they have? Wasn't they calling them? I don't know. I'm making shit up. But I know that there's a brewery.
I know you're making shit up. No,
I know it's a brewery.
No, because back in the day when they used to have like the steins and the mugs and shit like that, they used to have steins and mugs with glasses at the bottom. So when you're drinking, you could keep an eye on the people when you're drinking. That's why they used to have glass bottom steins. Because when you're drinking the stein, now all of a sudden, if it's blocked, you can't see shit. That's why they used to have glasses. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, because it is one of those things that they used to have in Rhode Island, a.k.a. Rogue Island, because it was known to get the scourge and the...
I'm never going to call it that.
What's the other word I'm looking for?
Rogue Island. That shit is not a... But anyway...
Look it up. It's facts.
The fact of the matter is that the fucking Rhode Island, it seems like they're doing shit mad backwards, especially with the school shit. Like, they just had a press conference. Like, so Wednesday, they were like, all right, the schools are going to submit their action plans for shutting down. And then on Friday, at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they shut everything down. And then
Rage Against the Machine.
they just shut everything down at like 1 o'clock. That's when they made the announcement. I got a text message from Providence Public Schools. I got a phone call from the robocall at Providence.
Yeah, I got like 5 calls.
I don't even have kids in Providence Public Schools.
You have to be on like an emergency contact somewhere.
But then I'm on the emergency contact for Cumberland too, but I didn't get a phone call from them. Actually, they didn't send their phone calls out till like 3:20.
So who's worse, Providence or Cumberland?
It's all the same. It's all the same.
No, it's okay.
I mean, listen, Cumberland School.
Oh, bad is
cool.
bad. That's
Bad is
what you
bad.
said.
Is what I'm saying. Like,
Okay,
like
there's no degrees of bad.
they didn't notify the parents quick enough. Like we found out that our 5th grader didn't have school from her when she got off the bus.
And she goes to school in Cumberland.
And she goes to school in Cumberland. And then
So
she got
that's
off the bus.
worse.
She was
That's
like,
worse.
She was like, yo, we don't have school tomorrow. It was like on Monday. We're off for a week now.
That's worse.
And then we got the phone call at like 3:20. School had already been out for almost an hour. But even worse, I don't have kids in Providence Public Schools. The fuck you calling me for at 2:30?
Again, you must be
2:38.
You must be on somebody's thing list.
Maybe.
But you see, look, now that everybody's quarantined and everything, or supposed to self-quarantine, I'm glad now for martial law, where Daryl wants them to be cracking the whip like, yo, the fuck you doing out here for?
Go the fuck in the house. Stop spreading this shit.
But you see, that's what I was saying.
Although, if they fuck up my gym days, I'll be mad.
But you see, this is what I was saying. This is where stop and frisk as something as a thought process and actually put in the principle, they actually see how it works out. Now,
Stop and frisk worked according to Bloomberg, right?
yeah, it worked depending on what side of the force
How many
you are.
drug dealers did they take off the streets, man?
How many people did they harass that weren't drug dealers?
Oh, millions.
But you
Millions.
see,
I'm not about stopping and frisking. I'm just saying, like,
you see, like-
they should at least, like, it's like they do with the snowstorms, right? When they're like, listen, stay the fuck in the house.
no, but you see, like
Please stay in the house.
ahead of the curve, people like me, especially with stop and frisk, let the white people carry your shit because they're not stopping and frisking them. But you see, now when you're walking down the street, like if they stop you and go, "Where you going?" "Oh, I'm going to the doctor's. Let's see your paperwork." Like now, this is basically how stop and frisk works.
I definitely see that it can get out of hand. What I'm saying is they need to
It just got a different name.
They need to strongly urge people to stay in the fucking house.
Well,
Or shutting down all these schools and closing all these businesses.
It's only so much that they can do before it's government overreach, and now you're taking away people's personal freedoms.
But also,
like, granted, you're taking away the titties, and that's a personal freedom in itself. But you could go online and watch titties, but that's not helping out your cause.
who watches titties? That's gross.
Well,
what's the purpose of
that's
watching
gross.
titties?
Like, you could watch like movies like Swordfish and see like Halle Berry and her tits. Like you could watch like.
I always wonder if that's a body double, but
But again, you could watch shit to see
Their
titties.
tits look mad different in Monsters Ball.
You could watch Fatal Attraction.
They were like mad floppy.
And you could see Sharon Stone in a crotch shot.
I don't think that people. I think that people should just stay in the fucking house whenever they need to. But I also feel like if you want to go out, you go out at your own risk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no need to close the businesses.
No.
This is what I'm saying.
They
Like,
didn't want to give you a temptation of going
but
out.
this is what I'm saying. You're closing all these businesses. You're closing the mall. You're closing the casino. You're doing all these things. Mm-hmm. People are still gonna go the fuck out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but you want to
you
take
might
away
as well
temptation of staying out.
You might as well just leave the shit open. People that want to stay inside will stay inside. People that want to go out will go out at their own risk. Like everything else in life, dog. Like you can't force people to stay inside.
No, you can't.
So why do it?
All right, so
I guess that's
all right.
my point is why do it if
right.
you're not gonna force people to stay inside.
All
if
right.
you're not gonna do it, just let people go out and do what the fuck they're gonna do. And if they get that shit, shame on them. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do what you gotta do to not get the shit, right? Stay hydrated, all that shit.
Yeah.
But like don't take away shit thinking that it's gonna solve the problem when it's not gonna solve the problem.
This is how my mind works. Something is taken away. All right, cool. That means that you're allowing something else to happen. Nobody's stopping house parties from happening. Nobody's stopping from having bootleggers having titties inside their basement. Nobody's stopping any of the. Well, maybe cops once they bring up licensing.
Yeah.
But this is
Nobody's stopping that now though, even with the clubs open.
So as a club, you have licensings that you have to worry about, because if you still open your club and have titties and you're selling alcohol and shit like that, or have people pay up front for tickets, and then they could do whatever they want with the tickets, get a lap dance or buy liquor. So technically, you're not selling them liquor. You're selling them a ticket. What they choose to do with that ticket is their issue. But see, this is how you get creative. Like, nobody's stopping house parties. Nobody's stopping.
It's not about getting creative. It's about why do it.
Because
if you're not gonna, If you're not gonna do it all the way, let
Because
people just
the reason why they're not doing it all the way is because nobody wants to live underneath martial law.
So
where
why do it?
Because you're supposed to.
No, it is fucking stupid. It's stupid. Like, you're not stupid. The concept is fucking dumb because it just doesn't make sense. If you're not, it's like saying, it's like you want to punish your kids, right? Your kids do some shit.
So you take away the video game.
But you suggest to them, hey, you don't play that video. I'm going to say that you shouldn't play that video game because you didn't do your homework. If you're not going to take the fucking video game away from them, don't give them a choice whether or not they can do it. Then why even punish them with their video game?
All right, so as a father that has punished my child with the video games, this is what's happened.
Like, it's the difference between suggestion and making a statement. Like, I'm going to suggest to you that you stay in the house because for these reasons. However, if you don't stay in the house...
Yeah, because there's levels to it. And see, like I was just about to state, as a father that had punished my child with his PlayStation, these are the levels. Look, this is your warning. If you don't listen to the warning, this is the next step. Cool. He didn't listen. The next step was no PlayStation. PlayStation is still there. Don't play it. If the problem continues, or I see you playing the PlayStation while we're still in this problem, I'm taking it away. So these are the steps. These are the steps that they're going about. At first, there was no restrictions. Now it's a suggested restriction. Now it's okay. We're taking away certain parts of it where I could take away my son's controller, but the PlayStation is still there. Now it's at the point where, all right, now I have to take the PlayStation, but people and their freedoms, you can't just put your thumb down on people and their freedoms and say, this is what it is, and this is how we're going to stop it. People are going to rebel. And when pressure, it either busts pipes or it makes diamonds. But either way, it's going to be an extreme. So this is just the next step where it's basically taking away the controllers. The PlayStation is still there where people could go to bars and they can go have drinks. But if it gets to the point where it's now spreading even faster, the PlayStation has to come off.
I guess, man. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with the methods that folks are using specifically.
And I understand your point because it's really affecting your livelihood more than anything else.
In a situation like if it's gonna be quarantine. If it's not gonna be quarantine, don't stop people from being able to make their living. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see,
also say, well, hospital workers got to work too, right?
Well, this is the part.
Essential employees is what they call it.
This is the part that I believe that the leadership should now state. People that are directly affected by these shutdowns, like yourself, are available for those emergency unemployment funds
if they decide to give them.
But this is my point. This is where leadership needs to stand up and actually state this, because somebody like yourself that are directly affected by this, the strippers or the ballet dancers that are affected by this, they're eligible for that unemployment income fund without that 1 week waiting period. That is where setting people like yourself at ease, where it cuts down the anxiety, where, okay, cool, I get paid time off.
And it's not just the clubs; it's like the airports and shit. Airports, like it's like a lot of
anybody that is affected directly. Because even the cafes, because I work in a building that has a corporate cafe, but it's owned by an individual. It's not owned by the business. So he needs to be protected, not just for himself and his wife, but also for his workers.
All the people that work at these sporting venues and all of that. But we got to move forward because we're stuck on time, and I know we want to talk about the cartoon shit.
All right, we had two things. We had Jay Electronica that we'll probably pass over because
we'll come back to Jay Electronica. I want to give that shit a couple more listens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Right now, Daoud is giving it a 2 thumbs up. I'm giving it like a sideways. I'm giving it like this.
Yeah, you're giving it a hated snap. Hated it.
No. I'm giving it like the jury is still out on shit.
All right.
It's not down. It's not up. It's like
and I was gonna make my case because I made my case earlier off mic.
It's like teetering, but we'll talk about that because we want to get into this.
Yeah, because last year what we did for March Madness and based off what's his name? That R&B dude that was trying to say he was
Jacquees.
He was the R&B of rap.
The king of R&B.
King of R&B.
Still with no no hot,
No original music.
no nothing.
Like he's the king of cover R&B. Like,
look at my hair right now, son.
yeah.
Shit is
Yeah, you got a little Derek Perry going on there.
got some-
Shout out to DP.
Shout out to DP. Yo, we got to get him on the show, man. I talked to him. He's gonna come on the show.
Hell yeah.
But I got the like weird fade with a bunch of hair on the top. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's happening with it.
You got that policeman crew cut.
I got
like you fit
nah,
pull me over and
like,
ask me where I'm going.
Sir? Nah.
Motherfucker, I'm fitting to get a Dutch.
It's
what?
more like the David Ortiz. I feel like it's more like David Ortiz.
You got the mini poppy.
Yeah, I got the mini poppy.
Oh boy! All right, so back to it. So last year, for March Madness to correspond with the NCAA, we had the Mount Rushmore of R&B, where we went 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and with each bracket, every week we went through who was getting voted on, and these were votes based on by the people. So from there, we had our end result. So this year, we figured we'll do the same thing, but we wanted to do it differently. I was thinking about like TV show theme songs, like Knight Rider versus
but
Golden
there's really
Girls.
only like 4 good TV shows.
No, but once you break them down by the decades, because last year I was doing some research on it, and there's some ill ones, like Matt Helms. Like, you don't know about that TV show, but that soundtrack is ill. But even what's that show that was on AME, the one about the commercials and John Hamm, Mad Men. Mad Men, that one got an ill intro. Like, because there's a break in the song and it switches up a bit, kind of like a Travis Scott song. But that one got an ill intro too. A-Team, but either way, all that aside, I was going to go with that, but I decided to go with Saturday morning cartoons, or cartoons in general, because not all these cartoons are on Saturday mornings. So then with that, it was, how was I going to break it down, like 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s? Or am I going to get creative this year and do it differently, which, knowing me, I'm going to be creative. So I broke it down into Disney cartoons. Well, these are the categories for Mount Rushmore of cartoons. Major categories are Disney cartoons, Nickelodeon cartoons, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and then the miscellaneous cartoons. Cartoons that didn't really have like a
They didn't have
house.
like a home for like a network home.
Well, they might have been like from, oh shit, I forgot Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget is one of those cartoons
That was a Nickelodeon cartoon, wasn't it?
No, but it was by Deke. Ding.
Oh
Remember at the end?
yeah. That's right.
But it was shown on Nickelodeon, but it wasn't really Nickelodeon per se. So based on that, I created a list, and I have roughly about 16 question mark, because Disney I got 16.
Yeah, we just might have to throw some of those teams, some of those cartoons in like the brackets with the short numbers, because like, it'd be like when you're the Pac-10 champion, but you're the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah. So you end up having to travel.
Yeah.
All right. So that being the case, I'm going to try to run down this list as quickly as possible, because there's a lot of motherfucking names. So if you're on self-quarantine and you're home and you already watch all your series on Netflix and Hulu, and you're just thinking about getting something like Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar is actually pretty decent, but it's not a lot of content. You get like Hell Up in Harlem, black shows, Sheba Baby, Cotton Goes to a bunch of old shit.
Like blaxploitation shit.
Blaxploitation, yeah. I was trying to avoid that word.
But
Blackula, like, yeah. But either way. So if you're not into like blaxploitation and you already watched all your Hulu and Amazon Prime and all those shows, all right, have fun with yourself, smoke your weed, drink your drink, self-quarantine, do your thing, but at least you could watch some cartoons. So Disney cartoons that I had, and let me see the time so I could try to time this up.
Quick, man.
All right, so Disney cartoons, and no particular order: Clone Wars, Gargoyles, DuckTales, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Gummy Bears. Now, Mickey and Friends. Mickey and Friends are just a bunch of cartoons: Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, Chip and Dale, all of them. Those little shorts. Recess, Proud Family, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Goof Troop, Kim Possible, Phineas and Ferb. I'm not going to say that one because it's not technically not that. And I'm not going to read those ones that I crossed off. American Dragon and Winnie the Pooh as Disney cartoons. All right. Now, if you have any, as a listener, if you have any cartoon suggestions, whatever, you could write in. holla at us and add-ons. All right, so for Nickelodeon cartoons, I had Hey Arnold, Rugrats, SpongeBob, Rocko Modern Life, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Ren and Stimpy, Doug, Jimmy Neutron, Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents, My Life as a Teenager, Chalk Zone, Invader Zim, Courage. I hate that one. Had to say that. Cat Dog, I hate that one too. And Rocket Power for Nickelodeon cartoons. Now, this list is extra long because it's Hanna-Barbera cartoons, so I'm going to go quick and try to keep my voice. All right, so I have Super Friends, Flintstones, Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Johnny Quest, Jonesy and the Pussycats. Oh, I did have Wacky Races up here. Smurfs, Blue Falcon and Dynamite, Adam Ant. I have Birdman and Harvey Birdman together, Powerpuff Girls, Captain Planet, Space Ghost. I'll say Popeye. I'm not going to say Godzilla. Hong Kong Phooey, Jabberjaw, Snorks. Now, this is where the list gets even longer because I forgot about Tom and Jerry, Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, Captain Caveman, Yogi Space Race. Damn, that one was a good one. Pink Panther, Snagglepuss, Top Cat, and Dick Tracy. Yeah, Dick Tracy was a good motherfucking cartoon. All right, now this is the list that is extra motherfucking long. And I'm going to try to speed through this. So, starting with He-Man, She-Ra, G.I. Joe, Voltron, X-Men. All right. Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park, Transformers, Silverhawks, Tom and Jerry, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Batman had a bunch of cartoons, so we'll just say Batman. Superman, Spider-Man had a bunch of cartoons, so let's just say Spider-Man. Mask. I put Bob's Burgers and Archer in the same one, but we could probably split that up. But then we have Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, The Tick, Battle of the Planets, The Head, Aeon Flux, Daria, Gem and the Holograms, Cops. Take a breath. Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors, Wonder Wheel, Pole Position, Mon-Chi-Chi's, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Centurions, that's how shit, Care Bears, Popple, that's getting crossed off, Mr. T, Inch Eye, Private Eye, Dragon's Lair, Bionic 6 is a good one. I'm mad I fucking forgot about that shit. RoboCop, that one's getting crossed off. Planet of the Apes, that's a deep cut one for myself. Beetlejuice, that's getting cut. Alf, Punky Brewster, Richie Rich, Archie, Herculoids, WWF, this is before they switch over to WWE, All-Stars, MC Hammer had a cartoon, Kid and Play had a cartoon, Jackson 5, the infamous cartoon that they had, the Sports Stars with Wayne Gretzky's, Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson, Heathcliff, and Garfield.
Did you get Robotech on there, dog?
Robotech, I forgot Robotech.
Oh, it's a lot of cartoons. So we're gonna break the list down and put the brackets out there for y'all.
I'm gonna just take a picture of the damn list because retyping this shit is gonna be outrageous.
Well, we gotta narrow down that one list and move some cartoons over. Anyway.
Yeah, because I forgot about Black Star too. So
we're gonna get the brackets together and put them shits out for you motherfuckers to start voting on them next week.
Yep. I'm actually put a list out there too for the reason why Saturday cartoons end up getting phased out. You know, so that way people not just knowing about the Saturday cartoons actually know about the history and how it got phased out. Outside of people be like, oh man, why don't they do that anymore? Oh, the only thing they show is nothing but Judge Judy and animal shows. There's a reason why.
But also, make sure you join us, man. We're up against it right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're about to get back into the real world. Make sure y'all stay coronavirus free.
Yeah, hey, you can go to PriceRight.com and offer them 40 in the blunt. See what they offer you for a trip around the world. Yeah, 40 in a blunt. Be like,
Price Right?
Price Line.
Oh, I thought you said Price Right.
Nah.
I was like, dude, that's a grocery store.
I know that.
Anyway.
I was there.
Make sure you join us, man, next week. Make sure you check us on all the social medias. Make sure you check the YouTube for the video, the live feed video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened with the Spreaker, but it's in 73. It's episode 73 and 73.5.
Well, that's the pie part of it all.
Make sure you get your pie and your steak and blowjob today. We'll check y'all out next week. Word.
So with all this coronavirus shit going on, you think a chick's going to eat your ass and give you a blowjob for a blowjob day?
I don't think a chick's going to eat your ass and give you a blowjob.
I'm not asking for me. I'm just asking in general.
You still looking for big booty hoes?
No, hell no.
He's not looking for big booty hoes.
No, hell no.
Unless you're coronavirus free, and then he might
No, hell no.
he might say what's up. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be coronavirus free. That's all I really know.
All kinds